trying to get my mental health right. I just feel so lost right now.
That was at a time when I was at my most resistance. I was in such a dark space at that time, and I felt like I had absolutely no control of my life. And my mindset was, why me? What did I do to deserve this? But in all reality, I was asking the wrong questions. The only thing I was doing wrong was not embracing the change. And in the process, I completely neglected myself, and I just accepted defeat. I was seeking all the material things, external happiness, validation, instant gratification, the jobs, and just trying to hold on to all the things that literally were bringing me the most stress. And one thing that I was trying to do, which I've done a lot in the past, and I still currently am a victim of it, and that is just trying to control every single aspect in my life in my way, the way that I feel that it's supposed to be, not in the way that it's already planned and destined, but the way that I feel like it's supposed to be. And typically, I think that's the issue for a lot of people, for the fact that we are going in life pretty much blindly. And there's one thing to go with the crowd and where everyone else is going and doing what everybody else is doing, but when you choose to go against the grain and go against what everyone else is going and doing, you're pretty much in this not necessarily all the way alone, because there are different resources and groups and communities that you can be a part of. But for the most part, in the beginning, especially when you don't know what you're doing, you're going in this alone and you're being led blindly and you don't know what you're doing. So a lot of the stuff that you're doing, you're just doing it out of just free will, and you're trying to control it based off of your mindset at that time and what you think is supposed to look like. But one thing in life that's guaranteed is change. Change can bring so much uncertainty, and not knowing what the future holds creates this strong sense of anxiety and even some form of discomfort. And for some of us, I think we may resist change because we feel more secure and more familiar in predictable situations. And as much as I refer to myself as being spontaneous, I feel like in some aspect there's still so much control behind it. And sometimes we can just fear it, not only because of the unknown, but just because of just losing control of work, our businesses, our relationships, or overall whatever situation that we're in that we're resisting, which can bring up so much triggers within us. On my journey, I later learned that I had to change my perspective, and I had to let go of what I thought my life should look like and instead prioritize how my life should feel. And that's just as plain as that. We get so lost and trying to please other people, trying to be like looking like we got ourselves together, and just we put so much more pressure on ourselves trying to do that and worry about the next person than to actually focus on not giving a fuck about what our life looks like, but what are we feeling? What makes us happy? It's not going to make sense, but what makes us happy? And for the most part, it's not practical. It's going to look very crazy, and we're going to be in this alone because a lot of people are not going to understand what that looks like, because we are going against what we've all been taught and what we know. But during that time where I had that perspective change and I had to let go of my thoughts of how my life should be and what should be going on and trying to control things in that way, I was taught a huge lesson, and I needed that in order to be the person that I needed to be. And also a part of that time and that resistance is, like I said before, just accepting the change. It's like, not only did I have to, but I also will continue to have to go through a lot of tough and hard shit. That's just literally life. And the more that we can accept that, the more that I was able to accept that, the more I'm able to not necessarily just be like, okay, cool, this is what it is, this is how it works. I'm able to just be resilient, and I can always have an understanding and be a bigger person, and understand that things are constantly changing, things aren't going to always go as planned. But also it did help me to understand, put in the practice and the work in that I can get through this. I don't have to sit and struggle and sit in the idea and the change of what happened and how it didn't go my way or go as planned. How else am I supposed to help people who go through challenges and go through crazy obstacles in life if I haven't been through it? How am I able to understand and be relatable and be personable to those individuals that I do help because I haven't been in those situations? I feel like the perspective of everything is so much bigger than me. It's not just about me. It's about, well, yes, it's about me to a point where it's like, yes, I need to grow and learn as an individual, but also I'm put in certain situations because I have a bigger purpose, and it's about helping others who are going through those same situations. And if I can help them cut down half of the time that it took for me to learn, that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm here for. And during that time, I had structured plans that you can plan for months, you can prepare for months, but we don't prepare always for the changes and just whatever comes within every day, and it can change in a matter of seconds. So one of the biggest hindrance in just moving forward is how we accept and embrace change. We can sit there and mope around and be like, damn, why this happened? What am I supposed to do now? Because this happened, this messed up the whole plans, or I had to do this, I had this, and I had this. Now, and I could sit there and just dwell on everything that did not go right. And I could sit there and dwell on how I wasn't part of the plan. Or I can adjust, I can create new plans around the new change that occurred in my life. I can just continue to move forward. And that's how you make a decision to let go of resistance. And when I say a decision is definite. It's not a choice. Choice is as if you have other options. Because in that case, technically you have an option to just sit there and dwell and not move forward, but that's not an option. So we don't have a choice. The decision to be made is to continue to move forward and to embrace the change, to sit with it for a couple of days, however long you need to, but to adjust and to continue to move forward. That is all a part of the growing process. Resistance can particularly be unhealthy in general, but especially on your healing journey, because the goal on your journey is to overcome challenges, to grow, and find a sense of peace and well-being. And what happens when we allow resistance to take over and not accept change and growth? It impedes emotional healing. And what this means, it often involves avoiding and suppressing emotions related to past traumas or challenges. And this emotional avoidance can impede the healing journey. To heal emotionally, it's essential to face and heal these emotions. And resisting this necessary emotional work that is required. Another way that it can affect you on your healing journey, it blocks personal growth and transformation. Healing is a transformative process that requires a willingness to change and to grow. And it can act as a barrier to personal growth, preventing individuals from embracing new perspectives, behaviors, and coping mechanisms. I've come to an understanding when life seems to be a little more challenging, where I'm not feeling my full self, I'm feeling down, there's no motivation, I'm questioning everything. I'm overthinking. I'm not taking care of myself properly. I'm not in alignment. I feel like that's when I'm at my most resistance. I feel like there's something that I'm not accepting. I feel like there's always a sense that something isn't right and something isn't. Life is free flowing. So when it's not free flowing, it's like instantly I know, what am I resisting? What's happening in my life right now that I'm resisting and that I'm not accepting, or that I need a perspective change on? Because typically, even when things don't go my way, I have an understanding of why it didn't happen, and I am okay with it, and I move on. I pray about it and I move on. But when I'm at my most resistance and I'm not accepting something, that's when I also question it and realize and have to go deeper and have a just try to seek clarity on what exactly I'm resisting and why am I resisting it so much. On your journey, it's crucial to cultivate an attitude of openness and acceptance. This involves acknowledging and working through challenging emotions, embracing change as a natural part of growth, and allowing oneself to just evolve in so many various ways. It doesn't have to be just one set way. So now that we know what comes with resistance, let's talk about the positives that can result from you surrendering to resistance. You're able to live more authentically. You're allowing yourself at this point to be your true, genuine self, and it gives you the opportunity to align more with your personal goals and your purpose. Discovering and understanding yourself and what truly matters to you, to live in alignment where you experience peace and fulfillment, and that you're also able to set more authentic goals that are meaningful to you instead of having to conform to societal expectations and external pressures. Recognizing your outlets for self-expression and creativity, and also the ability to contribute to the well-being of others. Removing resistance, I can't express this enough, is a pivotal step on the path to your personal growth, healing, and fulfillment. By embracing change, confronting challenges, and fostering an attitude of openness, it empowers you to navigate life's transitions with resilience and showing yourself grace. I think it's so important to show ourselves grace because it's really hard not always knowing what to do or not how to be so embracing and open to change and what comes up for you that wasn't planned. But through this process, you not only break free from the constraints of resistance, but also it gives you the opportunity to unlock the transformative potential of your journey towards a more fulfilling life. Comment below, what is something that you're holding on to that you need to let go of or that you're resisting? If you need help and you're ready to release any resistance that has continued to come up for you, your healing journey is happening whether you like it or not. So you might as well get the support and the guidance that you need while going through this time. Let's work together to resolve barriers, confront challenges, and foster a mindset of openness. Click the link in the description box below to start or to find guidance on your journey with a free consultation call with your next steps that you'll need to take to move forward. Your path to resilience, growth, and fulfillment awaits. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you're already a part of my tribe, I am thankful and I'm grateful for you. Until next time, I shall see you in the next video.